There's a war going on in these streets.
So today we have representatives to live and love gun violence prevention tour. They are touring the city and they've come to our school, and they'll be back again probably in the spring to give it to a larger group. But right now you were hand selected for this presentation. All right, and they will provide valuable information on how to deal with situations pertaining to conflict, mental health, and gun violence. And we know that is plaguing our city right now, and particularly young people, because you guys need to be able to cope with coping skills. And the first thing that you don't want to do is to harm somebody else. Intentionally, you want to get something across, but you don't want to intentionally harm or kill them. And sometimes your anger may precipitate that kind of response. All right, the facilitators are going to provide resources for you and the tips to deal with these issues responsibly. All right, so sometimes we say you be the bigger person. It's small when you look at it from another lens. All right, so whenever we're on Instagram or social media and y'all go back and forth with this stuff that's happening, we have something right now brewing that we have to attend to before school lets out, because we don't want you to take this out to the streets and then nobody be there to break it up and it goes too far. Okay? All right, so we want to welcome our facilitators all right here. They're going to give their name.
I'm gonna start off a little different with y'all today. How much time I got? 15 minutes? All right, about 15 minutes. All I see is faces. Crying from the pain, hoping for a change, going insane. I trust the Lord, but I ain't just praying. I'm working on the plan so I can make a change. I ain't talking about Barack Hussein. I'm talking about a change like when Jesus came. I could complain that my pops loves to sing, but I'd rather make sure that my daughter always see. Me, see, I can make a change just like you if you use your brain. I never made it rain with my change. Instead, I made it rain with the knowledge that I bring. I used to hit the block with the cane. Now I'm out selling my name. I used to load the Glocks with them things. Now I load the stock with my change. If it ain't no hope for the youth, then it ain't no hope for the future. Pac told us, but we wasn't trying to listen. Now we wonder why kids in detention. Sinners instead of college and business. Sinners instead of saints on a mission. We winners, but still we lose to a system that's working against us until we take a different approach to our mission to restore hope and the faith in our vision to save our children. All you want is the gain to make millions. So we gonna give you the gain to make billions. Show you dreams worth more than money and Meek Millum. We started from the bottom, now we standing on the ceiling. We started out violent, now we killing them with healing. Smart is the new gangster, dumb is the new villain. That's right, smart is the new gangster, dumb is the new villain. Thank you. So thank you guys for listening. You know, writing raps, rapping, performing, spoken word. That's the way I like to treat my trauma. You understand? My name is MLK. I'm the founder and president of Life Outside the Streets. where our mission is to treat trauma through arts, education, and information. I learned this information about treating trauma by attending a workshop, and I changed my mission of my organization to treating trauma because I understood that no matter how much money or opportunities we get, if you don't understand how to treat your trauma, how to look after your brain health and mental health, I would say challenges and destruction and illness will never leave your life. You know, I'm sure y'all heard this word trauma. But what really resonated with me about trauma is that when you, especially as children, they call it adverse childhood experiences. So when you experience trauma at this age and it goes untreated, it sets you up to be 10 times more likely to get cancer, to get heart disease, to get every sickness. So when you're going through these things and not using these coping skills, you understand, and not taking heed to what people like me and your teachers are telling you about how important it is to treat your trauma, know that you're setting yourself up to get diabetes, to get heart disease. Yeah, it's that serious. Yeah, because stress, trauma is a fancy word for toxic stress. And even though we try to treat our trauma with money and things, that's only masking it. So the damage that is happening inside the body with your brain and your heart, untreated trauma actually changes your DNA, how it's read. So you can go to this doctor and they can read it and you'll think you're okay. So I just wanted to get really, really direct with you guys before I got into this brochure to tell you what I'm here to share with you, and how important it is to treat your trauma. I only got a few minutes. You know, ideally, I like to have an hour to go over what I'm going to go over with you guys. So I'm going to go over this really, really quick. The first thing that we're going to go over here is I developed what they call a Security for Philly pledge. I developed this pledge. If you open up the brochure, it's on the left panel. And I developed this pledge. This pledge teaches conflict resolution. And it also, if you was to take the pledge and embody the pledge, you're also making a commitment to resolve conflict using what they call effective communication. So I got a question. What's the most powerful weapon on the planet? What is it? You're right. Somebody said nuclear bomb. No, listen, some of the weapons that were created, you would think, whether it's a nuclear bomb or a gun, but your brain, because your brain is the weapon that creates all weapons. You understand? And and when we're dealing with stress and trauma, that's what's directly related. So I'm going to read through this Security for Philly pledge, and I'm going to ask you guys to repeat after me just to hear it and process it. It says, self-security starts with humility.
Can I get it?
Pride comes before destruction. Most conflicts are founded in miscommunication and misinformation. Therefore, my priority is to always establish effective communication that will support me in accomplishing my goal and our goal of keeping myself safe and our family safe. My brain is the most powerful weapon on earth. Not guns. Now let's heal Philly. Because that's what we're on a mission to do. So I want to ask you guys, after reading that, repeating it, raise your hand if you agree with it. Why? Anybody? Go ahead. Why? Why do you agree with it? Anybody? Go ahead. Oh, where the mic at? Loud and proud. Why do you agree with it?
Because most fights and shootings begin with miscommunication and misinformation, like rumors.
You agree with that? Yeah. Give me an example. Don't put nobody out there, but a scenario like, well, one time somebody said this and that, and it escalated, if you can. Say it to the mic.
All right. One time somebody would say, something about somebody's boyfriend and somebody get mad and then the fight happen.
Right. All off of hearsay. Thank you. Great example. Anybody else want to share why this makes sense to them?
I feel like the last part where it says my brain is the most powerful weapon on earth is because when you really like put your mind towards something and put your mind towards like a positive something, you can really get things done. And like some people, like there's people, women out here becoming president just because of putting their mind to it. Which, if you would have looked at a black woman, you would have said that a couple of years ago. They would have hung you by that tree.
Thank you. Powerful, powerful statement. I agree. Anybody else want to share? Yeah, go ahead.
I smell too big.
Yep. Why you think it was good?
I feel like I agree with this because in the real world, you gotta like keep going in your future and your career and to like survive. Guns is like really pointless, but it's literally helpful to to keep yourself safe, but it's not at the same time for pointless situations. And then at the same time, you gotta keep going and moving forward and focusing on yourself instead of just worrying about the wrong things.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I got one specific question in regards to the pledge before I move on to the 5 steps on how you look after your mental health. What about using effective communication to resolve conflict? And fellas, I need to hear from one of y'all, just so y'all know. Figure that out. Go ahead.
So a lot of things can be solved with words, and a lot of people don't realize that because most people don't know how to use their words properly. That's like part of it. But if you really sit down and have a conversation about something, most times you're gonna realize like this is about nothing.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you for that. Go ahead.
I feel like I feel like just talking is just so much better. Like, once you really get to sit down and talk with someone, like you really like their brain just works different. Like some words they might have different meanings for them in their brain. Like they just might think so differently. It can be like a whole miscommunication over something so small, which they could have just figured out by talking.
Awesome.
So I believe that words can be used as both gifts and weapons. So it's how you use it, it's how you say it, it's in the tone of your voice, it's in your body language, because sometimes it's nonverbal. I could give you a stare and look you straight in your face, and you'll say, "What's she looking at?" And you'll be offended because I'm staring at you. And I might be staring at you because I like your hair, not staring at you for something negative. So just think about that. Gifts and weapons. Words start wars. Did you know?
Thank you for that. So my time is about up, but I wanted to leave. Can you hold this for me? I wanted to leave you guys with 2 last things. So the one thing in regards to our conversation about the Security for Philly pledge, I jumped there because I heard the principal say we got something going on today, and I see this as a tool. I encourage you guys, if you recite this Security for Philly pledge or you review it before you resolve conflict, in most cases you'll do what's going to keep yourself safe and your family safe. The other thing I wanted to say was, believe it or not, whether it's a street war or a world war, when it comes to the violence only is a tool to encourage what? A conversation. So what I learned in my reflection is like, wow, all wars are started and ended with a conversation. So that means we don't even need the violence in the middle. There's never been a war that the violence was reason why it was ended. After the violence gets to a certain point, then the people want to sit down and come to a conclusion. So we could have just did that up front. So, what I leave you with is prioritize treating your trauma. Take every messenger that comes in here to tell you about treating your trauma. You understand what I didn't get to go over is how you look after your brain health and mental health. And the shortcut is self-care is how you do that. And lastly, put your brain health first and put your family and yourself first whenever conflict comes your way. and utilize effective communication to resolve it so that you can stay safe and keep your family safe. That's my time. MLK, thank you.
All right. Everybody, that's Jan McKay, a.k.a. Black Caesar. He's the main man. He was at Powerhouse. Up next, I've got Ike from Pan. So I'd like you to welcome Ike from Pan.
That's good.
Ike.
Give me the mic. How y'all doing? What grade is this? Ninth graders? What, 14, 15? 15? Oh, 15. I'll make sure you know my age. 15, all right. Cool. My name Don Jones. Everybody call me Ike. I ain't been in school since 1989. A long time ago since I've been stepped foot in the school. But, it's good to be here today. A little about myself. I've been a reentry specialist, director of reentry specialist for guys coming home from prison. I've been a crime intervention specialist for the DA's office.
You good, that's good.
For the DA's office for 2 years. And I work at PAN as a community crisis intervention program director. Our job consists of going out in the community, talking to actual shooters. Them guys carrying the burners, carrying the poles, those guys we deal with every day. Talking about 1, changing their life. 2, not harming someone, being harmed. And 3, it's just about respecting being someone, especially as a young person of color in the city of Philadelphia. Now, we use what we call a credible messenger model. Anybody familiar with that term, credible messenger? That term means that you have lived experience with the population you're dealing with. When I was 17, I was convicted of first-degree murder, sentence of life in prison without parole, age of 17. Ended up doing 2.5 years in prison. I say that now as a badge of honor, not to gloat. It's just a fact of my history, what gives me the credibility to talk to these guys in the streets. I was a little older than y'all when I went in. Straight to adult system. They told me when I was 17, you're never getting out again. You're done. You're going to die in prison. But thankfully, that didn't happen. But during that time for me being in prison, my mother, who was a working woman, worked her whole life, took care of me and my brother, did the best she could do. Her youngest son being given a life sentence was too much for her. And unfortunately, she turned to using crack cocaine. So for 10 years of me being in prison, couldn't find my mother, didn't know where she was at. She was homeless, lost her home, lost her job on crack cocaine. It took my family 10 years to find her. We found that somewhere in California. Brought her back, got her life together, and thankfully, she got better, but she died in 2013 while I was still in prison. So we don't know what our actions can trigger. For my mother, her youngest son, having a life sentence at 17, she blamed herself. And that blame led to using drugs, which led to having bone cancer, eventually led to her dying. So what I tell y'all actually has consequences, and you got real life consequences. So I'm just here to talk to y'all. To tell y'all, stay in school. Y'all hear that a lot, don't you? Stay in school. Get good grades. You hear it a whole lot. I was 13 when I caught my first case. Selling drugs, running the streets, got sent away. Came home at 14. Did it again. Sent away for 2 years. Came home again. Got locked up for a 3rd time as a juvenile. Got sent away again. So between the ages of 13 and 17, I was home for average maybe 11 months before I got sentenced to a life sentence. That's not cool. And that was because of the influences in my life. No father, no positive influence. So we here today telling y'all we can be an influence for y'all to do the right thing. For the young men specifically, we do mentorship. We do everything. You got so many programs out here available for y'all to help y'all not go the road that I went down. You ever hear a cautionary tale? Anybody know what that means? somewhat. I'm a cautionary tale. I'm that person you don't want to be. You don't want to go through what I went through. So now, I use my experiences to get guys, younger guys, and older guys out of the streets. So we'll be back. This is our last time coming here. We got a short time when they introduce you to Mr. Kenshay Foster, we call him P. He works for me at Pan.
How you guys doing? That's great. That's great.
Speaking to the mic, you ain't gonna hear it. It's going to the camera.
Say no more. Just real quick. My life is similar to his, in and out. But difference between me and him, I'm in and out of jail, in and out of jail, in and out of jail. I used to have this thing called irrational thinking. Y'all know what rational means? Yeah. In my head, if I disagree with somebody, there's only one way to deal with it. It took me a long time, a lot of time in jail, a lot of time away from family, because it wasn't just I was angry with the world. I'm what they call a jail baby. My father was in jail, his father was in jail. So I was angry for a long time. And that's how I dealt with every issue. I'm only saying this to y'all because there's a such thing called rational thinking. Rational thinking and communication, because if you ask a lot of guys, such as yourself, it only took 10 seconds. And that same 10 seconds that it took to kill somebody was the same 10 seconds it would have took to think about it. A lot of times we get upset and we go straight to what we know. Rational thinking, like I said, it helps save a lot of things. Then there's something called rational thought process. Think it through. It doesn't always cause you, when you think it through, it doesn't always make you feel any better than what you was feeling. It just helps you think better and make the right decision. I'll be back to speak to you guys. Nice meeting you all. Thank you.
All right, that's the representatives from PAN. Really appreciate them coming out. Up next, we're going to have Matt from Philly Unlimited. All right, and Philly Unlimited is an organization. Hey guys, this is really something if you want to get into the tech business. Matt's the founder and creator of an app that he built called Philly Unlimited. So he's up next, and I see he has someone with them. All right?
Thank you.
Okay, hi everybody. Hello. Hi. Who can tell I'm not here to give you pointers about surviving a difficult life of gun violence? Okay, we got one. Okay, two. Okay, so a couple things about me. All right, you gotta come close to me. My name's Matt Williams. I grew up at 47th and Osage. I went to Greenfield for elementary. I went to Central High, which isn't too far from here. And for a lot of reasons, I'm a machine learning and AI expert, and I create mobile apps. And has anybody here heard of the University of Pennsylvania? Raise your hand if you haven't. Okay. Have you guys actually been there? Someone's been there. That's fantastic. Okay, good. Okay, so my dad was a professor at UPenn, and I'll tell you the truth. So since the George Floyd weekend, I made a promise to whoever that I would spend half of my time trying to help people who came from George Floyd backgrounds. And so what I'm here to do is try to connect anybody who's like nerdy and interested in doing like mobile apps, or we're doing like some social justice direct action work. I'm happy to offer internships. I'm trying to connect folks from this school to literally world-class scientific resources. And I'll close with this. First of all, I hope you like my blue flyer. You guys got stuck with me. My other guys, like Dave, the yoga guy, he's so swag, he does music, everybody loves it. But anyway, everybody's busy today, so you got me. So I'd like to introduce a UPenn student who, introduce yourself. She's way smarter than me.
Hi guys, I'm Araí. I'm the Spanish support for Philly Unlimited, and we're trying to reach out to the Hispanic community by also developing an app in Spanish and also all the resources that women and girls can access for either let's say for work, for safe houses, free menstrual products. So we are trying to expand on an outreach for that. And yeah, I'm grateful enough for Matt to offer me an internship. And yeah, we're just trying to get more people in tech and work on, expanding the outreach that, this tech tools can have. Because it's usually to make rich people richer, and that's not really the idea we want.
So in closing, I work at something called Pennovation, the UPenn Incubator.
No, estamos intentando abrir nuestro enfoque a, digamos, hacer la app en español. Entonces, queremos también involucrar a la comunidad hispana de Filadelfia y en general, a ver, vivimos en una ciudad bilingüe, entonces necesitamos ese apoyo.
Thank you very much. We look forward to anybody who's interested in learning about world-class science. Please get in touch with our organization, and we look forward to engaging with you. Thank you.
All right. We're moving right along. Up next, we've got Mo. Mo is from Philly Streets Talk. This is a guy who deals with a lot of music artists, hip-hop artists, R&B artists. He also does a lot of great community work in the Kensington area and other parts of the city. So without any further ado, I'd like to bring Mo up to the, to the stage, all right? And we can go right from there. All right, Mo, it's on you.
How y'all doing? How everybody doing today? First, I want to say it's a pleasure and an honor to be here. I actually had kids that graduated from this school, and they're doing well. So, those who don't know me, I go by the name of Mo, and I'm vice president of Philly Streets Talk. Philly Streets Talk and Operation Save a Life. Well, Philly Streets Talk is a big YouTube channel. Y'all can check it out yourself. Millions of views, all that. But make a long story short, what we do is we document everything that's going all over the city. And we look for people like you guys, and we help them. We do a lot of work for celebrities, and we help the people that shoot videos, movies, any artists, comedians, dancers, whatever y'all do. That we be looking for people like y'all. We shoot movies, so we do a lot of stuff. So Live and Love campaign is based on love. That's all, something simple, just love. So what that motive is, to motivate everybody to live is to motivate everybody to love. All right? Now, what that means is everybody got somebody that they love, right? You love somebody? Come on, boy, put your hands up. Show don't anybody got somebody they love? I love a lot of people. Okay. So the whole thing is to teach people how to live now. The way the people is living is not helping us get nowhere. So first we have to learn that. We have to learn to live. A lot of people is alive, but they're not living. Do you understand the difference? What's the difference? Can somebody tell me the difference between alive and living?
They meant like it's like they're dead, like they're not living life, they don't love nobody, and like on drugs or something.
Hey, you could be on to something. That's a good analysis because those people are not living; they're alive. Yeah, that's
like
a good.
them Kensington zombies, they gotta go.
Okay, well, that's a good analysis. She's next.
Kensington zombies.
There you go.
Me?
Yeah, you said something? All right, that's it. You're next. Anybody else?
I feel as though you can live like physically, but at the same time, like you can't live mentally all the time. So that's what I think about that.
That's good. Excellent. Well, let me help all you guys out. Anybody need this? Let me pass that back there, please. Thank you. Okay. Now, this is where we at with it. So, we are all alive. Every one of us is alive. Every one of us is breathing air. We all alive. We all notice that. But how many of y'all are living the way you would like to live? How many? You living the way you want to live? You still young. You don't know. You? You ready? You live the way you want to live? You love the way you living? Who else love the way they living? You love the way you living? She said, you not? Okay. I don't love the way I'm living either. But I'm learning how to live. I'm gonna teach you that too. But okay, some people are content with the way they living. All right, some people is cool with it. Some people is cool with not having nothing, not doing nothing, not being nothing. Some people cool with all that. But I discovered how to live. So when you live, to me, I get up every day and I do whatever I want. I don't owe nobody nothing. I ain't got to pay nobody no bills. Everything is taken care for. I think I'm starting to feel like what should feel like to be alive. Now I'm living. You understand? So the way you live is focus on where you want to be at in your life. What do you want to do? You know what you want to do, you understand that. You got to understand the process. Everything ain't going to be sweet. Everything ain't going to be about getting what you want all the time. There's challenges, a bunch of challenges. The challenges be greater when you hit the streets. Everybody know, get outside. In the house, you can relax, watch TV, internet, do whatever you want. When y'all get outside, it's a whole different world out there. It's not? You don't believe that? That's because you ain't been outside long enough. Okay? But you will see everything is not peaches and everything that you think that it's like a facade. See, when you're young, you don't have the value of where life could take you. But a lot of people get inspired by watching other people accomplish things. So sometimes you need to learn from people because some people can be a blessing to your future. You understand that? And when we talk about the Live and Love campaign against gun violence, it's because somebody had to step forward and somebody got to care. If don't nobody give a damn, nobody gonna give a damn. And that goes for anybody. So we have to do our part to help y'all understand that we care. If y'all don't think we care, we wouldn't even be here. Nobody, none of us in here gotta be here. Nobody did. Y'all neither. But by y'all being here shows y'all care, and by us being here shows y'all we care. So we just came to share that with y'all. All right? So that's where we at with it. And if y'all need some help, if y'all really into doing something in the future, music, comedian, dancing, singing, acting, all that, y'all can contact us at Philly Streets Talk, all right? On YouTube. Thank y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.
All right, all right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody. We are about to get ready to wrap up, but I got a couple quick questions for you. I'm Atlas X. I'm from Power Platform. I merged with a group called the Hispanic Community Council Service, and we got this proposal together called the Blueprint Execution Plan, and that's how we're here today. So I got a couple questions for everyone. First question, by a show of hands, how many people here think they're going to be alive after age 21? How many? All right, so we got a couple people. We got 1, 2 people who don't think they're going to be here past age 21. All right. By a show of hands, how many people are interested in going to college? All right. Nah? All right. So you don't have to go to college to be successful. Let me start off by saying that, okay? But college is a useful tool because it shows commitment. And you can pick a job or you can pick a profession, whether you want to be a computer engineer, you want to be a lawyer, a doctor, you want to be in a radio and TV. College is a great place to go learn, but you don't have to go to college. So just keep that in mind, all right? How many people here know what their life blueprint is? Do you know what a blueprint is? Anybody? All right, what's a blueprint?
Oh, it's like you planning out your life a little bit and knowing what, like, a little idea of what you're gonna do in the future.
All right, and what do you think a blueprint is?
A blueprint is kind of like a layout of something.
There you go. A blueprint is a layout of something. So as Mo said, when you think about the blueprint, all right, that's your goal, that's your game plan. Don't be fooled by what you're hearing or seeing out here right now. You may think it's a joke, but the radio is programmed to make you go to jail. What you're listening to on the radio station right now, most of the lyrics, I know all the artists, all the way back from Public Enemy, Curtis Blow, or up to Drake today, Baby, you name it. I know all the artists. And a lot of the music you hear is programmed so that you will go to jail. You may not think it, but that's the real case. Are some of them making big money? Yes, they are, okay? But it's so much negative energy out there that jail is a business. If you don't know that, going to jail is a business. They make money off of you going to jail. And the fact that you're young black women, young black men, you already got a target on you. You may not think it, but you do. You're already a victim. So you guys say, how can I raise my life up to a new standard? What is my blueprint? What is my frame of mind? You have to be deprogrammed so you can be reprogrammed so that you understand what's going on out here. You may think it's a joke right now, all right? But when a cop is pulling you over or your boy gets shot and killed, your girlfriend's killed, you say, well, what happened? Why am I listening to all this stuff on the radio? What's going on? TV, all these different things. These are things designed to program you because they're making money off of you. That's the real reality. So don't forget that. We got something we want to pass out, some wristbands. All right, everyone's got one. It's called My Life Blueprint. Log on there, check it out. We were just at Powerhouse back on October 27th in front of 18,000 people. We launched the My Life Blueprint program. We're going to be at we're going to be at the YMCA on Broad Street on Martin Luther King Day. It's going to be a basketball game. We're going to have workshops, and we're going to have a halftime presentation. So if you can come to MLK Day at the YMCA on Broad Street, come on out. It's going to be a great time. So we're going to close this out with Black Caesar, who was at Powerhouse, and he performed on the big screen. Black Caesar, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
All right. When I say we need, y'all say peace. We need peace in the streets, but not to be police. We need to teach, we need to speak, we need to eat, we need peace in the streets. Before we get that cheese, we gotta think, we need a team, we need a dream, we need peace in the streets. But it's gonna take change, that lead to beef, but I'm prepared to succeed. We gotta practice what we preach on the beat to see life outside of the street. So for the real, I'ma squeeze. Listen up, America, this ain't no made up stuff. From the muscle, I hustle, for the hustle, I bust you, but I ain't all about crime, I'm about to dime, but it take a little muscle for the people to trust you. Plus, that's how they built this land. I'm just a man with a plan to get it in and get it out for my fam. That's the real from the street to the camp, from the birds to the sand. Hand in hand was just a part of God's plan. I was told to get it in by any means necessary. By any means, my dream's so necessary. So if that means no more beams on the scene or serving fiends and lead my team like the king, I know it's necessary. We need peace in the streets, but not to be police. We need to teach, we need to speak, we need to eat, we need peace in the streets. Before we get that cheese, we gotta think, we need a team, we need a dream, we need peace in the streets. But it's gonna take change, that lead to beef, but I'm prepared to succeed. We gotta practice what we preach on the beat to see life outside of the streets. So for you, I'ma squeeze. Thank you. So, well, come on, you come up here with her. You want to come up here with her? Come on, bring your security. I just wanted to thank you for having us here. You know, short notice. You know, we really, really appreciate it. You know, you're the third school on our tour, so we are really grateful for being here, and just anything you guys want to share that y'all appreciate. You know, to close us out.
You go first.
Thank you. I had learned a lot from this program. Thank you for taking me out of my classroom just to learn more stuff about trauma, all the other stuff in the real world. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, I want to thank everyone here for your attentiveness.
Yes.
I want to thank and make sure that we get the information so that we can pass it on to the young people about the programs that you are offering. And they are going to come back. And this group, because you were so attentive, on January the 5th, Ty-Asia is picking out your menu for T-Asia for lunch.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, last big thing. every Monday, if y'all log on to blueprintexecutionplan.com, every Monday, and this is for you too, Mrs. Print. What is it? Appreciate, Mrs. Appreciate. We have what we call the Panic Room. Atlas is passing out a flyer. The Panic Room is a safe virtual space where you can come on there and access anything. You can get support every Monday from 6 p.m. to 7:30. You don't got to cut your camera on. You don't got to say nothing. You can just come in and scope the place out. You understand? But it's for anybody. We got therapists on there. We got I'm on there. We got violence prevention specialists, and we got mentors. So we created this so basically it's like free online therapy, because sometimes when you want to meet with a therapist to deal with a crisis, you got to schedule an appointment. You understand that you can't get to them. But every Monday, if you register for the blueprintexecutionplan.com, whether you come or not, registering gets you in our email campaign so you can always have access. Thank you.
Thank you.